Hi guys, welcome to my walk round of my Jaguar E Pace. So this is the 180D HSE. I've had this car now for coming up to 9 months. I've done quite a few miles in it. I'll show you the inside in a minute, but first of all I'll just give you a little walk round and tell you a bit about this car and how I've been getting on with it. It's been pretty good. Before I had the Discovery Sport, so coming from the Discovery Sport to this, you do notice the size difference. The Discovery Sport is quite big compared to the E Pace, and actually I think realistically inside they're probably about the same sort of size as a normal kind of hatchback. The interior, full black leather on this particular one. So now I'm inside my Jaguar E Pace. I just want to take you through and show you the interior, etc. So as you can see, the steering wheel and the dash, this has got the digital display for the dashboard, which is quite cool. I find it takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm quite used to having, you know, your normal analog gauges, but after a while you do get used to it. As you can see, my current miles per gallon is roughly 35 miles per gallon. It's recently been reset. So it's just kind of making its way back up really. I normally expect to get about anywhere between 40 to 43. I can show you on my data that's currently on here. I can show you a little bit more detail, but you can see you can play around with some of the settings on there to change your view. So you can do that by using the buttons here to change that. Just by kind of going up and down on the buttons to change it. So if you go to your menu, from there then I can then go up and down and change the display. So if I go to display, for example, I can have the full map on there, so I can click that. That will show me then obviously the map for the navigation, so I can get rid of the display, which is pretty cool, to be honest. I don't normally use it at all. But it's just an example. If I just go to onto my map on here and change some settings, I can change 2D, 3D, etc. I can go into satellite. If I click back on there, so I can get the Google kind of map view on there, but it doesn't actually come through onto the view on here. So just so you can see the two. But as I said, I don't typically use that. The map view, but it's up to you. It's obviously people's different preference, but it just gives you an idea of sort of different displays you can get on there. Let's go back to, let's turn that one off, and then you can have info. You can change the theme to different colors, journey. If you go to minimal, kind of sets it like that. I prefer the journey one myself. That's the one I normally have it on. And obviously you can change the units, language, etc, etc. So there's a couple of different options that you've got. Going back to the Dual Pro screen here, you see I've just set that up to show the satellite version. Obviously to use that you do need to use your data from your phone. So it's connected to my phone through Bluetooth, so it's using my data off my phone. So I go back to 3D. Back to how it was before. Obviously this has got Apple Carplay as well, so to access that I need to plug it into my phone, and then I'll swipe over and then I'll just hit Apple Carplay, and then obviously you can get your music, whether you're using whatever you're using, if that's Amazon, Spotify, etc, Apple. And then also you can get Waze if you use Waze. I use Waze quite a lot, so that's quite useful for using that with Apple CarPlay. I'll show you my eco data, just to give you a bit of an idea of what my miles per gallon have been on my last few journeys and my trips. So this is my best trip, and then I've got my last 3 trips. So if I click on that one, it'll show me that, so you can see how efficient I've been driving, 97%. So it measures how aggressive you are on the throttle, your speed, and then how aggressive you are on the brakes. It kind of gives you a rating out of 5. You can see here, this is my last journey that was done on the 29th of the 4th. I was averaging 44.3 miles per gallon, but you know, my speed was relatively low. I can swipe across and see some of the other journeys, so 37.3, and on that one that was 39.7. So, but they're only short distances. As I said, on the longer journeys, you can just about tip it up to about 45, and that seems to be about the best I can get out of it. Other things, this has got a heated steering wheel, which is great. It's great in those cold mornings. The only thing on this one that I don't have though is heated seats, which is a bit of an odd one really. Have a heated steering wheel but no heated seats, so that's a little bit disappointing. But obviously these are all options. You can spec on it if you wish. And then down here I've obviously got the air conditioning controls, the gear lever. I am a big fan of this one compared to the previous versions for Jaguars and Land Rovers, the ones with the dial rotor. I wasn't a big fan of that, to be fair, and I do prefer this. It just kind of feels like an actual gear stick. But the rotor one is easy to use, but I just prefer the use of this one. Down here, obviously, then we've got the armrest and glove, say the additional glove compartment or storage compartment area. So I've got two USB connections. Obviously, both of these, depending on which one, doesn't matter which one you got plugged in. If you put your phone into it, then that enables you to use your phone through the Apple Play or Amazon, oh, not Amazon, sorry, Android Auto. This comes out, and then you've got quite a big storage area under there. And then you've got this other little part that sits on top. So it sits on there. So if you didn't want the cup holders, you can put that on there, which gives you a nice little storage area or whatever. But in there, you've got a nice little holder for your phone to fit in, and you've got two drinks holders as well. You may have noticed over here there's also a slot for a SIM card. So if you didn't want to use the data etc off your phone, you can use the data from this SIM card. For the cars in the UK, they come with a SIM card, but you don't get a lot of data with it, and it runs out pretty quick. So if you want to use something else, it's probably just easier to tether it to your phone, or just link your Bluetooth to your phone. That's what I do. Apart from that, then obviously I've got some sunglass or glasses holder up the top there. You've also got two buttons up here for SOS, so if you're in an emergency and you need emergency assistance, you can call that, and it effectively goes to like a 999 or 911, depending on where you are, emergency call. And here also as well, there's another emergency button there for when you set up your in control, etc. Down this side then, obviously the glove box, fairly spacious, quite a decent size. There's a small light inside there. Not much else to say about that. Obviously I've got the Meridian sound system, which is pretty cool. So you've got the bass speaker in the back, you've got the tweeters up on the A-pillars. What else? That's about it really. And the back, well, I can show you that in a moment. So just going back to space in the inside. So if you've got kids, you need to get your child seats and stuff in there. You can see I've got one on this side, on the passenger side, and I've got one of the twisting seats. But you can just see there, it's got some nice hard plastic on the back of the seat, which helps because, as you can see, kids' feet kicking on the back of the chair. So I used to find in my Discovery Sport, actually I didn't used to have that issue back then. Obviously the little one was a bit smaller, but you had that extra bit of room between the front and the back, which really does help. But it is still spacious in the back there, really. It's comfortable. You can fit two adults in the back quite comfortably. Obviously it's got the split folding part of the seat in the middle. Well, then you've got the cup holder, etc., and there's a little cubby hole. This does open up. There we go. So it's a bit tough. You got that in the back there if you need it. Obviously it's got ISOFIX depending on what child seat you've got. And then going down to the boot. Obviously electric tailgate, really useful. Loads of space in here. I've just got it filled up with a load of stuff, but obviously you've got your full spare wheel. For quite a few modern cars these days don't actually come with spare wheels, which is a bit frustrating sometimes, but if you've had a few punches before. But it's got some hooks to put your your bags, etc. and that in. 12-volt socket if you need it. So a button up there to close the boot down. But that's it. So it's got the Jaguar sill plates on there. It also has the lights, so at night you can see it lights up, and puts a nice little Jaguar logo on the floor. That's it from the front. But that's it, guys, just a little walk around my Jaguar E Pace. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. Take care.